All right, my friends, I'm going to read the first chapter of my Return to Peaks Island book. It's pretty sentimental. You can probably see the tears that have poured from my eyes as Chloe is off to college. 4 years ago, we sent Maddie off to college. Both times I cried like a big old baby. And this is why I wrote my book, for my sentimental purposes. And maybe you like it and you want to buy it yourself. All right, so let's... This is the first chapter, the introduction, essentially. So basically, I start with this right here. It's a hold on, gotta get Pablo. Come here. Where'd you go? Where's Pablo? Come here. All right. Actually, the funny thing is, I was talking to Maddie today, and we did not have Pablo when we sent Maddie off to college. Isn't that funny? And we got Pablo like a couple weeks after she left. Isn't that weird? I forgot about that. And because one of the reasons that we know we'll get Chloe to come back and visit with us is because the dogs will be here. All right, so this is straight from and you can see there's a link in here. I put all my stuff in here from an old Peaks Island, an article about Peaks Island from like 1970 or something like that. At the same time, the turbulent and revolutionary fervor of the late 60s had its impact. Hippies migrated from as far away as Haight-Ashbury to settle Peaks. Quote, "We didn't have all that many here, and they didn't stay long. There was nothing here for them," unquote, says John Feeney. I'm not sure if John Feeney was a proprietor of Feeney's Market, because we used to have a store called, that was the only basically store we had, was Feeney's Market on Peaks Island. The 70s brought stagnation, but also the return of a certain composure as the former continuity of life of earlier times took hold. With the dawning of the high-strung and affluent 80s, a new generation evolved. A new breed of young urban professionals appeared and transformed Peaks Island to a chic, trendy real estate target. The end of the 80s, though, brought the slow fade of high times. For Peaks, it's the end of an era that has brought gentrification to its real estate and yuppies to its shores. Times are changing, and Peaks Island, by no means a stagnant time capsule, changes with it. Man, I could not... So basically, my parents were hippies from as far away as Haight-Ashbury to settle Peaks. And then exactly in the 80s became young urban yuppies appeared and transformed Peaks into a chic, trendy market. And that they had gentrification to its real estate, teardowns, and then yuppies to its shores. And then part two of this, another from a different piece of newspaper. Until lately, when professionals from New York or Boston got the urge to flee the rat race and move to Maine, they generally became carpenters or boat builders. But today, with these new technologies at hand, latter-day dropouts can just as easily continue with their white-collar professions and their white-collar salaries while living a more congenial life. Until lately, when professionals from New York or Boston got the urge to flee the rat race and move to Peaks Island, they basically left their professional life at home and became carpenters. That was my dad, and a boat builder. But today, these new technologies at hand, latter-day dropouts can just as easily continue with their white-collar professions and their white-collar salaries, like living a more congenial life on the island. That's exactly what my boat is about. My book. So here's the introduction. Maine. There's nothing like September and October in Maine. The beauty of the fall makes the winters almost bearable. Nothing as majestic as the deep red, orange, and yellow leaves of the deciduous trees underneath a cobalt blue sky. The sun seems to tilt in a way which magnifies how it lights up the land, drawing out the natural colors so much they actually seem to speak. Maybe only natives hear it, but they communicate to your very soul, reminding you of your existence as a part of a beautiful living world. Then the cool breeze settles in and gently rubs you on your shoulder. It's not a full embrace, mind you, not like a warm summer wind that gathers you in a bear hug. This is more of a touching reminder that winter is coming and to get prepared. Like an alarm clock that starts off calmly but begins to shriek the longer you wait to turn it off. In September, the wind whispers. Come the end of October, though, it's a full-blown panic, screaming that the dark of winter is coming. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Tourists to Maine who have yet to experience a winter don't get it. They see the beauty, feel the cold breeze, smell the wood stoves wood stove fires of people heating their homes. They think it's just a natural progression of living in a state with 4 seasons. Oh, but how wrong they are. Yes, there are 4 seasons in Maine, but winter is the most dominant. From mid-October through the end of March, the winter engages in full ferocity. A few weeks of fall are all the warning you get about winter's inevitable arrival. When fall emerges, those in the know take precautions. They know what is coming and they don't want to be caught unprepared. Many newcomers find that after a winter or two, they can't take it and move back to wherever they came from. Even many natives grow weary of the fight. They flee to the literal greener pastures down south. But what they don't know as they devise their escape plans is that while they can physically leave Maine, Maine never leaves them. It's always calling out, reminding them of, quote, the way life is meant to be, unquote. Are the long commutes, the insufferable rat race, the spoiled air quality worth having a few less weeks of winter? The way life is meant to be can bring a desire for natives to go back. Sometimes that longing is nothing but a fantasy. Other times, though, it's almost as if they're being called to return, like some magnetic force pulling them back to the state of Maine, which is exactly what's happening to Rob McKenzie. So that's the introduction chapter, and I figured I'd share that with you because, like I said, when you're in a sentimental mood, you're in a sentimental mood, man, and I just am that right now. So, buy the book. It's on Amazon. It's free for Kindle Unlimited. I can't remember how. I can't remember how much I charge. I think it's $5.99 for the paperback. I don't know, but it's free on Kindle Unlimited. I know that. So I'll put a link in the show notes and buy it. Think you like it, and if you do like it, give me a review. Reviews always help, man. And negative reviews, well, that can dissuade people from buying it. So I mean, look, do what you got to do.